Hello there guys, and welcome to your first look at the Rust update on the 7th of December 2017. Now this week we do have a forced map wipe and a forced blueprint wipe. And Helk is also confirmed that the patch is going to be very late tonight. Now the first big thing that I have for you guys this week is building 3.0. That brings in with it half walls, and foundations can now be linked at half height. This gives you a lot more variation with your buildings. However, there are some other changes. You can now only have one tool cupboard per building, and building privilege is now coming from the building itself, no longer the cupboard. What defines a building is any building blocks that are placed together. They each have their own ID, and if you separate a part of the building, it becomes its own building. You'll also be noticing this week that when you place a roof, you can no longer place a wall at the base of it. And wall stacking has pretty much been removed. You'll also be noticing that you can no longer place twig foundations within a building blocked zone. Along with this, we have a new building upkeep system. The tool cupboard is now a 6-slot storage. If you open it up and take a look inside, you will see that you can place in any resources, and it also tells you how much you need to put in there to keep the upkeep of your building active. This means that your base will not decay, and you will not get any damage to your base from decay. This discourages having large bases and a lot of honeycombing, which hopefully means that you'll see more raidable clan bases going forward. The cost of building upkeep is quite high. You'll be finding that for a wood tier building component, it costs 20 wood each. For stone, it will cost 30 stone per building component. Sheet metal will cost 20 metal frags per building component. And armoured will cost 5 high quality metal, 40 stone and 30 wood per building component per day. This does work out cheaper for floors, door frames, windows and triangle foundations and floors. This is going to bring a massive shift to the game, and it's quite unsure how this is actually going to play out. So expect there to be some tweaks and changes to this over the coming weeks. So now moving away from buildings, we have a brand new monument, and that comes in the form of the Junkyard. There hasn't been a monument added yet that suits Rust more than this. This is an early game monument and it has no radiation. You'll also find no high-end loot here. You'll only be finding barrels and wooden crates. As you can see here, there is a lot of barbed wire around, which stops you from getting up on most of the higher parts of the monument. Now along with this, we do have the new Quarry Monument. Now as I said last week, these have become uncraftable, and you will find these little monuments around that are static quarries. There are 3 different types of them, and you'll generally find 3 or 4 quarries per map. Not all types of them do have this watchtower. The yield currently is static. If you put in 100 low-grade fuel, you will get back 2,500 stone, 150 metal ore, 100 sulfur ore, and 10 high-quality metal ore. This may change, and it may change on where the quarries are situated in the map. It is unsure yet, but currently they are all static with what they give you. We've also got another couple of proc gen changes along with this. You'll notice in general that roads do look slightly better. And you'll also notice that roads and power cables have a better layout, and they now both connect to monuments in certain places. If you are a fan of the Happis map, you'll also be very happy this week, as the launch site has now been added there. It is up in the mountains, which means that you have to compete with cold and radiation, which is going to be a bit of a struggle. You'll also find icebergs have been added on some areas of the coast. And then you've got some general tweaks and some improvements to the loot. And then for the last main update of the week, grenades have been tweaked yet again. When you throw them, it will now account your velocity into your throw, which means if you are running, your grenade will go further. You'll also find that they have a larger damage radius after this update. And then lastly, we have a nice new look on the furnace. It looks a little bit more worn, and it is still very similar to what it was before. But this is how it looks now. And then for the last couple of things that I can actually show you, voice communications are now done through the server. They are no longer peer-to-peer, which means you'll no longer be able to get people actually stealing your IP address. We've also got new sounds coming in when you are using certain deployables. And we've had more optimizations on clients and servers. That is everything that I have for you guys this week. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, and if you would like to see more content, make sure that you are subscribed. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.